the Eagles are just such a well-rounded team this year. And I think it's one of the best teams that we've seen in like years.
So what you trying to say? Y'all not Swifties?
So I actually am. I love
Yeah,
Taylor,
okay.
so
There
I
you go.
do. I do.
Yeah.
If Patrick Mahomes want to score, I'd make him work for it. Make
Yeah.
him run that ball
Yep.
himself. Make him work.
There's something about Patrick Mahomes specifically.
I unfortunately agree.
He's a winner. When the game gets tight and the game's on the line, I mean, there's nobody else other than maybe Tom Brady that you would trust.
I do love SZA, and I really,
SZA's
I'm
great.
excited for her.
Since we're talking about Kansas City, right now with the refs, right? Kendrick Lamar has it rigged for him, okay?
Okay.
The Grammys were rigged for him.
Welcome back to the Black Summit. I am Hendrix.
I'm Brooks.
And today, as you can see, we have a special guest in the building, a young lady who loves sports. And we'll let her introduce herself and give a little brief background.
Hello, I'm Delaney Nicholson. I'm originally from New York. I am down in Charleston for school and finishing up. I recently had a complete change in what I want to do and picked up sports. And so far I'm loving it, kind of figuring out what I want to do in the field and stuff. But I'm very excited to be here today. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
glad to have you here. So guys, you will probably see her on ESPN commentating.
Very
or
soon.
At some WNBA game or, college or something very soon.
Hopefully.
So look out for her. Yeah. So how's everybody doing today? Y'all good?
Chilling, man. Getting ready for the Super Bowl,
That's it. That's
ready.
It. Yeah, ready. So, so this whole segment, y'all, we're going to touch on sports, and which is, I guess I can speak for everyone, is near and dear to all of our hearts. So we're going to get into this first one, right, with Jimmy Butler, right? He just got traded to the Warriors. So, apparently, for what I've been hearing, Jimmy Butler initially wanted to be traded from the Heat, because I think it's like you're getting to the dance, you know what I mean? But you can't never get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just for some odd reason, what is it? But no cigar, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he can't win.
He never can't win.
Yeah.
So I mean, me personally, I think whatever you can do to better your career and solidify it, by all means, I think that's what you should do. So what's your thoughts, Delaney?
I pretty much agree with that. And if you take a look, his stats keep improving each year. But like you were saying, they're just not able to kind of, make it to the finals and complete the job. Yeah. So I think, like you were saying, just to like better his career and everything, definitely a big money increase. So I'm sure that's a good thing. But I know they were trying to get Kevin Durant back. And so once they couldn't negotiate that, I know they went with Butler because that would have led to like a whole different change. But like you were saying, it's bettering his career and hopefully he'll be able to make it there. Him, Steph Curry, and Green. It's pretty solid lineup.
Yeah. Let me touch real quick to reiterate what she said. So I'm going to read this real brief from ESPN, right? So the Warriors closed the deal for Butler after negotiation to acquire Kevin Durant ended when the Phoenix Suns start and form the team that he did not want to return back to Golden State. Sources said the Warriors, Heat, and Suns had been nearing an agreement on a trade that would have landed Butler in Phoenix and Durant back where he had won the championships in 2017 2018. So as part of the agreement, Butler will decline his $52 million playing option for the next season and is planning to sign a new 2-year, $111 million deal that carries through 26 to 27 seasons, sources said.
Yeah. So he still got his money, but
and
just not as much, as he would have got.
Right.
But I mean, I think the trade, honestly, I don't think Golden State's going to win anything. I mean, Steph Curry, he's still great, but he's a little older now, and he plays like he's a little bit older. Not everybody can play like LeBron has been playing, And so I think it'll be interesting to see him on Golden State. But I don't think they're going to do anything. Now, this does get him closer to that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he does have a stud right next to him. So, I mean, that helps. But, I really don't see Golden State doing too much, honestly. Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
But we'll see.
What do you think? You think it will come down between? Well, then again, you do got Kevin Durant out in Phoenix, correct?
Yeah.
But do you think it will come down to Lakers because they have Luka now?
I was gonna say they got the Luka trade.
So
Yeah.
you think it would come down to Lakers and maybe
I mean,
Golden State?
honestly,
Jimmy Butler?
I have to see more from the Lakers. I mean, they just traded to get I can't remember his name, like Marcus Williams, I think his
Yeah.
name is. He's a big guy, which that's what they needed.
Yeah.
Now that they have
Yeah.
Luka and
yeah.
LeBron, but the Lakers. I mean, as a fan of the Lakers, diehard fan,
Yeah.
they've just disappointed us through the years, with LeBron and AD and all those guys and all, they really made us believe that, because we had Westbrook and all of these other people that we were going to do something. And it hasn't been that. It's been,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, LeBron did bring a championship to us, so you can't just, gloss over that.
So
But,
do you count the bubble?
I mean, when I'm talking about, it depends on what I'm talking about. Like, I still am like, okay, this is a Lakers championship, right? But if we're talking about LeBron versus Jordan, because I'm a Jordan fan,
Of course.
I'm going to say it doesn't count. So,
The true GOAT, by the way. The true GOAT. The true GOAT, by the way.
yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying. It's to be seen, right?
Yeah.
What's he going to do? We know Butler is he's a phenomenal player. I think if he not can't come to Miami wouldn't be what it was, in these past seasons,
Yeah.
But like you said, and I get why the Warriors did it. They lost everybody. I think who's the only original players there still is after Clay. You only got Draymond and you got Steph Curry.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody else, I kind of don't know who they are.
And going back to what you were saying about like Steph Curry, like not in his prime anymore too. He gets targeted every game. They like really don't have like another shooter that's like
Yes,
as
exactly.
consistent as him on the team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in a way, that's why also bringing Butler on could benefit them
Help
because
him.
he
Yeah,
might
yeah.
be a second like look
Right.
to for all that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For
Yeah.
sure. I mean,
Yes. Go ahead.
it's an extra score,
Yeah.
and a guy who's clutch, And
Yeah,
so,
he always comes in. Like, yeah.
yeah. So,
I don't know. So it's to be seen. And then with the Mavericks, oh my goodness, Anthony Davis. I wonder how that's going to play out.
that was the dumbest trade in history. I mean, I can't believe that they did that.
You think Anthony Davis will stay healthy?
Huh?
You think he was still healthy?
AD?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I mean, the dude's always hurt. So,
Always. And I'm like, dude, you too big to be hurt.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, like, what's going? You need a helmet or something? What's going on? Like, you're just too big to stay hurt like that all the time. This is crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
yeah.
All right, so next we're gonna segue into some WNBA here, right?
Word.
Her
I
specialty.
love it. I love to hear it.
Yeah. So the infamous Caitlin Clark, whom he loves, by the way, she is
Oh,
a
I
great
love
player.
her.
She's a
Yeah.
great
Love
player.
her.
Big fan.
So
me
she's
too.
still getting offers outside of the WNBA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost
There's
as
no
if
surprise.
yes,
No
it's
surprise.
almost as if like, okay, you're in the WNBA and you're still getting NIL deals. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Well,
you know,
she's bigger than the NBA. I mean, WNBA.
WNBA.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
bigger than the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like it's. I mean, Angel Reese, she kind of helped her too by
Yep.
being that
Yeah.
big and her being them going back and forth with each other. So that kind of helped them, that rivalry
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Completely
So-
increased like viewership.
Yeah,
Everything. Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but anyways, yeah.
But yeah, so it says, and I'm gonna read this from this is off of MRSA for Indiana Fever. So Caitlin Clark has recently turned down. It says Caitlin Clark has again turned down a proposal outside the WNBA. Her love of sports, football, and golf is not easy to seduce. No matter how much money is offered, it seems that she is not interested in challenges outside her world with the Indiana Fever. So, the WNBA Rookie of the Year took part in an event called Visit the State of Tourism in Indianapolis, where she was asked to choose between taking a few laps at a famous Brickyard crossing or skating at full speed in Bicentennial Unity Plaza. When she said, "I've never played at the Brickyard, and I should probably avoid ice. Everyone burst out laughing. Delaney, your thoughts?
So, I mean, like we were kind of just saying, Caitlin Clark, all around athlete. She shows so much grit, determination, kind of everything, and really just like puts her heart into like what she's doing. Obviously, especially basketball, but when you're like, no wonder why she's so good at like other things. I saw that comment one, and I know even her coach was like laughing and everything about it.
Yeah.
But I think if you look at how she started from Iowa, how she's doing on Indiana. She even refused I believe it's called Unrivalry, the new league that they're starting and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So her focus and everything right now is on Indiana. And I think she's like proved it multiple times. I know she did like the golf tournaments and everything. And I think she really just wants to focus on basketball. I mean, she's killing it. She had the most, correct me if I'm wrong, but the most points out of men's and women's NCAA.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, you can't stop her while she's on fire. Like, you know, why broke something when it's not, why fix something when it's not broke?
Yeah.
So I think she's like really just keeps proving that basketball is her thing. She's going to keep dominating in it. One thing I like also love about her, she kind of like keeps quiet. Like the last golf tournament she was in, she didn't even like post anything about it. It was like a secret she was even in it until like right beforehand.
Right.
And she turned down the All-Star game just to prepare for the season and everything. And I think she just keeps proving herself that like this is what she's doing, this is her life, like no money or kind of anything is gonna like stop her now.
Yeah.
Is she your favorite player in the WNBA?
Yes.
She is?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Brooks?
Well, I mean, I agree with everything you just said. I mean, when you're a star and you can change a professional sports league the way that she has, she's come in and just infused so much energy.
Oh yeah.
And you know, it was funny to try to see the NBA, which is failing. Right? Right now, the NBA's ratings are way down. They were trying to get and latch onto her stardom, you know, and her following that she's that she's gathered. And so it's just funny for me to see all of these brands, everybody's trying to get a piece, really, you know, and that's, you know, that's how you can tell that, you know, it's bigger than, you know, WNBA, it's bigger than the NBA, really.
Yeah.
I mean, so... you know, it's good to see because, you know, nobody was really watching or paying attention to women's basketball as much, which was kind of a travesty, right? But, you know, I think the focus now is on that. And I think a lot of people, you're going to see those ratings continue to go up. Yeah. And so I think it's great to see. So, yeah.
First time doing a podcast, so I do have notes, but to kind of piggyback off of what you said, it literally... The All-Star game that she played in reached a record of 3.4 million views, and it went up. Viewers in even the draft went up by 328% from the 23 season, which had 2.4 million views. Right. And it just goes to show like everything that she does, all the desire, all the everything, like it really changed sports. Yes. And like, you know, like as a girl, I love that. I love everything she stands for. I think she's great. I think she's very well spoken, and literally just her heart is just in the game. And she kind of keeps it like no BS, no nothing. It's just all about the game to her, and that's where her focus really is. And I love that she's had such an impact on so much, and that the viewers and everything are going up, and like all this change is happening. And it's not obviously just solely on her, but she has a huge impact on it. And you know, give credit where credit is due, and I think a lot of it's due to her.
Yeah. I knew she would have, you know, anything outside of WNBA because she turned down the big three.
Yeah.
And was offered a bag for the big three. She turned down the big three. So, I know she's focusing on basketball, and which I think she should be. You know, it's going good for her. And she's helping the league out so much. Just her presence and the star power that she has over there. So,
Delaney, why do you think people like hate on her so much?
Honestly, I don't I think people are a little confused as to how she has such a following and all of these people behind her, because she, like I was saying, like just focuses on like right now, especially basketball. And she doesn't have like a podcast. From what I see of her, she doesn't open up too much about like days in her life and like stuff like that. And like I feel like she doesn't try so hard to gain followings, to put her opinions out there on certain matters and stuff. And I think people are just like as confused to how she's gaining this following solely from what she puts out on the court. And I personally, like, I love that she, you know, doesn't do any like stuff like this or anything, and yet people still follow her and want to like watch her and continually give her support and everything. And I think people are just like kind of confused as to like why her.
Yeah. I mean, it helps that she's a good human too. I
100%,
mean, like she's super
yeah.
humble and
100%.
like, you know, talks about her work ethic and
Yep.
stuff like that and the time that she puts into it.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe it's like intimidating to those too.
Yeah.
And that's what it probably kind of comes down to. It's like she stays humble, she stays very down to earth and everything, and it's
Yeah.
like, yet she's could
great.
be on top of the world.
Yeah.
And like have the ego as big as whatever, and she doesn't. And I think
Right.
people are kind of like, oh, does she have a chip on her shoulder or something, rather than like she deserves this, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, that's what's up. All right.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into the nemesis,
Uh-oh.
Angel Reese. So ESPN under fire over Angel Reese ranking. So on Tuesday, and I'm reading this from Athlon Sports, on Tuesday, ESPN took a social media to drop its WNBA fantasy rankings for the 2025 season. According to the network, the rankings are based on its default women's basketball settings, which award 1 point for each point, assist, and rebound, a bonus point for making a three-pointer, and 2 points each for blocks and steals. So Reese, interestingly, landed at the number 12 spot. This came after a season that saw her average 13.6 points, 13.1 rebounds, 1.9 assists, 1.3 steals, and 5.5 blocks per game. The Chicago Star led the league in rebounds per game, although she finished second in total boards with 446. So, your thoughts?
Yeah.
Is that fair that she is how they got her ranked?
No, you know, I think that this just shows what the WNBA, I mean, really, the WNBA has fumbled both of these stars, okay? I mean, it's kind of crazy, and it's mainly just because they want to give credit to the girls who were before them, which I understand, but you don't get this moment like this all the time in sports. You have to like capitalize off of it. You cannot like have Angel Reese, who is pretty much the second most popular player, I feel like now. More people know who she is than, you know, most of, I mean, I'm just keeping it real, most of the WNBA players. And so it's just kind of messed up, I think, and, you know, again, the WNBA has fumbled the whole Caitlin Clark thing, and if they're fumbling it with Angel Reese as well. So, I mean, I'll give credit to like people like Asia Wilson and those guys, and even the team who just won the championship, the Liberty team. I can't think of the guard's name on that team, but they have two good players on that team, the center and the guard. But you know, I mean, it's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So
you're arguing that she should have been placed higher or lower?
I think so. Higher,
Okay.
definitely higher. I mean, I don't understand like how they put all this stuff together or whatnot, but you know, it's just kind of a travesty. I feel like to some of these new players that are coming in who, I mean, their viewership is what's carrying the league right now, you know? And I mean, listen, I think Angel Reese, she definitely has a lot of room to improve.
Yeah.
She's not like, what does she play? Power forward or center?
No, she's not a center.
Okay, so she's more of like a
forward.
power forward.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she's you know, in terms of stats, like up
Yeah.
there when it comes to the people who are next to her. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
I agree with everything that you're saying, especially like the viewership and everything. A lot of people were mad about the ranking, saying that she should have been lower. So because of those before her and other players who, you know, unfortunately, a lot of people don't know their names and everything. And if you kind of look at it, like he just stated how ESPN does their rankings, and it's kind of like you can't fight stats. So, you know, in something like that, it's like you can get mad all you want, but if she has her stats to kind of, you know, prove her her position in the rankings, like, you know, who can really fight the true numbers.
Yeah.
But with that also being said, with Angel Reese's following and everything, like she has a lot outside of basketball as well. She has her own podcast. She also is very big in like the like fashion and stuff like that. She loves that. She's talked openly how she you know, loves to kind of have a life not outside of basketball, but kind of a life as well. She was the first, I believe, WNBA player to be on the Met Gala committee, but she also got a lot of backlash for because the Met Gala was the night before a game. And she publicly defended herself online and was like, I slayed the Met Gala and I slayed the game the next
she was
day.
on that red carpet?
Yes, she was. And I mean, you know what? She did. She killed it at both. But it's also, I know a lot of people were kind of upset about it because it's like, how did she make number 12 over, you know, people like
Brittany Griner.
Yeah, Chelsea Gray. Like
even,
there's a whole bunch of good
Taurasi,
players. Yeah.
She made over. Yeah.
And it's kind of, is it because she also has such a following? Like, did she
I think so.
really deserve it and stuff
I think
like
it's her
that?
popularity.
Yeah.
She's
I
also
think it's her
good.
popularity.
I
She
mean,
is good, but I think it's her
she's
popularity.
not you know, Caitlin Clark, right? But
Yeah.
she's still good.
Two different
I mean,
games.
I was just going to say.
Don't
yeah.
forget that.
Yeah, she
I
is
know
good.
everybody looks at Caitlin Clark, right? She
Yeah.
she broke all these records, blah 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 blah. Angel Reese broke a ton of records too.
Yeah.
And yes, some of them are like, you know, she was throwing the ball up 5 times and getting 5 rebounds off of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, hey, it's stats, and she did break those records. So, you know.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like you were saying, like, she does, obviously, everybody will always have room to, like, improve and everything, but she had a killer first season, and she, you know, definitely, like, fundamental stuff, like, can be worked on and whatever, but even, like, with her rebounds and her blocks and everything, like, defense wins games. And even if she were to focus on that, like, you could compare to like Ben Wallace on the Pistons. Like he wasn't known for being a shooter.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like with his defensive work, like it really helps the team out. And I think, you know, everybody has a role on the court. Not everybody's always gonna be a shooter.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think even if that was her role, like she could totally succeed in like in all of it. The ranking, if I personally I think she made number 12 and I think you can't I think she deserved it. I think you can't fight the facts. And you know, with how they did it and everything, for people to say like, oh, it's her popularity or oh, the viewership, like whatever, like maybe, but if you also pull up her stats it's like, how are you gonna fight that?
Right. So that goes back to that old saying, men and women lie, but numbers don't.
Yep.
The numbers don't lie.
She should be higher, I think.
You think she should be higher than 12?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you know, I think she's definitely proven herself, you know. And just to segue a little bit, but still on the Chicago Skies, because, you know, they fired their coach, Witherspoon.
Yeah.
And me personally, I kind of agree with that, because she didn't use Camila Cardozo the way she needed to be used.
Yeah.
The same way Dawn Staley used Camila Cardozo in college. That's a big girl. Put her down low, feet of the rock. She just lay up all day long. She wasn't utilizing her the way she should have been used. At least that's my take on that. You know, that's my little thing on that. But
yeah, I think Angel just honestly keep like doing her thing, and It would not shock me if she makes like top 10 or anything next year.
Yeah.
But no, I think she deserves what, her number on the list, top 15, which is crazy. And she keeps proving herself, and yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think that, because she had surgery, correct? Didn't she left the game? Didn't she got hurt and she had to get
Oh
surgery?
yeah, she did get hurt for a little bit. Yeah.
I think she had to get surgery.
I don't know if she had
I
surgery.
didn't know
She
if
didn't have
had
surgery?
I don't know if she did.
I think she just got hurt and was out for a while.
Was off for a
Yeah.
while. I thought
Maybe.
she had to, because she left early before the season ended. I thought she had to get surgery. I mean, I could be
Oh,
wrong.
she might have. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think that's partially because when you got a power forward who's playing also like a center and fighting for position, that's why I go back to say I don't think their coach utilizes them the right way. If you got a big body down low, then she doesn't have to work as hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least that's what you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Okay. All right. So let's go on to what everybody's waiting on. Drum roll. NFL. Super Bowl is Sunday.
Yes, it is.
And right now, as stats are, some officials they predict Kansas City, even though they're saying Philly has a better defense.
A lot of people are going Kansas City.
But they were saying that will be a great matchup, that offense against that defense.
Yeah.
What are your predictions? Who want to go first?
You go first.
You want me to?
Yeah.
Okay. So I am a little biased.
And tell us why you think that as well.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm an Eagles fan.
Okay.
But
Show them your hat.
You're a little biased.
I was gonna say I came prepared today.
Are you from New York?
My brother-in-law, actually diehard Eagles fan, along with my sister. Yes, and my brother-in-law, who's known me since I was born. So, grew up. The love he has for that game. A lot of my cousin lives in Philly as well. They're all big Eagles fans, but just like the whole fandom itself, like you can't beat the Birds. The Philly really paints the town green.
So are your father's in football?
So no, my dad's actually, ironically enough, a Jets fan.
Oh,
so
wow. We're from New York. I get that.
Yeah.
I get
Gotcha.
that. I get that.
He has a tough year every year.
Of
But
course. Was he disappointed?
he stays true to them.
When his baby girl is an Eagles fan,
I know. Both of them now. He has 2 girls that are Eagles fans.
What?
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh,
I know.
man.
Yeah.
I know.
Our prayers go out to her father.
I know. Maybe don't watch this part yet. But so after reading that article, almost everybody is saying the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City, yep.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, if you look at the coaches, the Chiefs coach knows how to win a Super Bowl. He knows how to win playoffs. He knows how to win a Super Bowl. So the Eagles coach is still trying to prove that he can do it. And I really think that he can. But the Eagles are just such a well-rounded team this year. And I think it's one of the best teams that we've seen in like years. And, I think it really comes down. I think it's going to be a close game by all means. I do not think it's going to be like a blowout.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Regardless
of who wins, I believe it's going to be a very, very close game.
Yeah.
But, we have Jalen Hurts, who this will be one of the 5 quarterbacks to make it to 2 Super Bowl starts before the age of 27. And also, ironically enough, to make it to 2 Super Bowls in his first 5 seasons, which the other quarterback to do that before him, Patrick Mahomes. So it's going to come down to those 2. But even Mahomes the other day, I believe it said it in there, he was talking, he was like, I don't know why there's controversy about Jalen Hurts, like being, one of the best quarterbacks like in the league. And yes, yeah. Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
No, I was
I'm messing her up.
I started sweating. I was like, wait a second. But even he was like, you can't fight the facts.
Yeah.
And so I think it'll be a good game, but we have like you were saying, we have a really good defensive line, a really good offensive line. And, as long as we hold our own, and keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands, I think we'll be good. I do. As long as we make some plays on the third down, kind of run the clock out in our favor, that's what I think it's really gonna come down to. He cannot turn over the ball at all. Which fingers crossed on that one. But as long as we kind of just keep it at that, we should.
And see, that's the key. Mahomes is that's the it factor right there.
Oh yeah.
For any team who plays, that's the it factor. Go ahead, Brooks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a diehard Cowboys fan, and you know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I just do not like Kansas City, and I want to see them lose. They've been winning a bunch. You know, the first time that they went, I was happy that they won, you know?
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Because
they played the 49ers.
Oh, okay.
I forgot
Well,
you're 49ers.
you know, I've been watching Andy Reid for years, and, you know, Patrick Mahomes is a good quarterback, and I wanted to see him win.
Yeah.
But, you know, I want to see Jalen Hurts win.
Me
And
too.
that's really the only reason why I'm going for your team is
All right.
one, Jalen Hurts, and then two, Saquon
Saquon
Barkley.
Barkley. I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, so he can get his get back.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, so that would be nice. But you know, I also just hate the Chiefs now, and but you know, I think ultimately, if I had to predict it, if I had to put money down on it, it's gonna the Chiefs are gonna win. Like
Really?
I
Why do
think
you
so.
The Chiefs going to take it?
I mean, listen. I mean, again, like you were talking about, great coach, great quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, those two things. I mean, and then you throw in Travis Kelce, and there's something about Patrick Mahomes specifically.
Yeah. I unfortunately agree.
He's a winner.
Yeah.
And
is.
when the game gets tight and the game's on the line, I mean, there's nobody else other than maybe Tom Brady that you would trust to go down and get it done. And so we've seen it 100 times this season. I mean, they've had so many close games and they've somehow pulled it out. Now, some of it was the refs, but, you know, let's just call it what it is, right? But, you know, I think ultimately they're going to win in the end. I think it is going to be close. Most Super Bowl games are usually pretty low scoring, so it is going to be a low scoring game. You know, so for some reason, I mean, I feel like it's going to be like 18-21, something like that. Some kind of score where it's just like, you know, 17-21, something like that.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. It's going to be a pretty close score. But with that also being said, as soon as you said Saquon, I was like, how could I forget? How could I forget about the best running back in the league?
Right.
But he won 2024 Offensive Player of the Year.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
See?
And
Yeah, the awards that were a couple days ago.
Yeah, when Snoop Dogg was hosting.
Yeah. Was that yesterday or?
That was
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday? Was it Thursday?
So yeah, yesterday.
No, it was Friday. It was Friday.
Oh, okay.
I think it was
No,
Friday.
today's Friday. It was. I was like, wait, what is
It's
today?
Thursday.
Yes,
Right,
it
you're
was.
right.
It was.
You're right.
But going and how you were
brain
saying,
fog.
or me too. The one topic, and now I'm like all jumbled.
No, you're good.
But we have a strong defense, even with the two rookies that we have, Cooper DeJean and the other one I can't think of.
I can't think. Yeah.
But they are killing it. They are superstars, and I mean, I really think I think they want it. I think they really want it, because if the Chiefs win, that's a three-peat, and that's history for the NFL.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, they both are really going to want it, but I think the Eagles are more of like, we can't let them do that.
Yeah.
You know?
And this is like the second time.
I know.
So, like,
I know.
So what you trying to say?
see.
Y'all not Swifties?
Yeah. So I actually am. I love
Oh,
Taylor.
okay.
So
There
I
you go.
do. I do.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I really hope
I like
Travis
Old
is an
Taylor.
off
Yeah, the
game.
Old Taylor?
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, go
Country
ahead.
music Taylor.
Yeah.
So my thought is this, right? The keys to victory for Eagles to beat the Chiefs. And take it from me, when the 49ers, when we played them, Shanahan had to rerun the plays because they had played zone. You cannot play against zone with a Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
This guy will stay in the pocket and he don't care. He'd scramble for 3-4 minutes. He doesn't care. So I think if Eagles play man to man, if Patrick Mahomes, what I would do if Patrick Mahomes want to score, I'd make him work for it.
Mm-hmm.
Make him run that ball
Yep.
himself. Make him work. You know, if everybody covers. Now, some people may get a few passes. And Travis Kelce is slightly on a decline a little bit, too. His stats is not what they used to be. Because even Patrick Mahomes says sometimes he'll tell Travis to do something, and he do the total opposite. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think if you stick man-to-man, don't worry about the zone, keep every man coverage. And honestly, that's how Kansas City beat the Ravens that year when we went to the Super Bowl. 49ers played them. Because they know that Lamar Jackson was going to run. Mm-hmm. So what they would do is you stick man-to-man. So when Lamar does run, he has to run a flank out and then go down. So when you losing yards when you got to run right or left first, then try to hit the sideline and run down, which was a smart strategy. And I think if the Eagles somewhat apply that same thing to, now that goes back to what you said. Now, as far as what Travis do run, now the refs go. They gonna have a field day with that. Why you touch our baby?
Yeah.
So the refs might, in that case, you're going to get some 5 yard and 10 yard penalty on the ball going to be spotted, unnecessary roughing, But once you run, you become a running back.
Yeah.
You're no longer a quarterback no more. Those rules shouldn't apply. Now, if he's in the pocket, unnecessary roughing the passer, but once you break off and you done run, 5, 6, 7 yards down. How you roughing the passer by that point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know some fans and some people, y'all going to chime in and y'all going to say some things like, and some people say that, hey, the Eagles have to beat not only Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and the refs. So I don't know. Some people feel there's a lot of conspiracy and there's a lot of bias going on,
Yeah.
But we shall see. We shall see. That's easy to say. But so who do you guys think will be MVP? Who do you think will be MVP?
I mean, it's gonna be Patrick Mahomes.
If they win.
Yeah, if they win. Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes.
I mean,
what do you think if they lose?
Right.
I mean, if they lose, it would be because of Saquon Barkley.
And that's who
if they can
MVP.
they can play keep away with running the ball, they can ultimately win this game. That's what it's going to come down to. Keep the ball out of Kansas City's hands.
Yeah.
And so if they can do that,
You say stop the running game?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of keep everything on their side, the clock, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Play
need
the
that
clock
time.
out.
They need that time of
100%.
possession for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to need some turnovers, which Kansas City doesn't really do.
And they're going to need to prevent their turnovers.
Yeah, that too.
And God forbid if it goes in overtime and Kansas City get the ball first. Oh my God. That's like
that would be a game
with the Patriots.
Well, now I think you have to have
two possession.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why they made that rule.
Right.
Because when the Patriots win the toss, the game pretty much over. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you have to have both guys have possession.
Yeah,
of the ball.
you have to have a possession.
Yeah.
So But
so if they lose, you still think it'll be Mahomes to get MVP?
Yeah, I think Mahomes definitely is going to be the MVP. I mean, he's just unstoppable, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching the last game versus Buffalo, and they kept getting a first down. It was just like, you just can't stop them, Like, if they need to run out the clock, they're going to do it.
That's what Mahomes does.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He reminds me of a younger Russell Wilson when he played for Seattle. That was 49. That was always our Achilles heel. Running quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the offensive line you're trying to get through, and then you got Nick Bosa. They're trying to break through, but then he would scramble and run around so much and run till he finds someone open.
Yeah.
That's the same thing Patrick Mahomes does. He will scramble till he finds. He will stay on his feet no matter how long it takes.
He's always looking, always trying to.
Looking. Y'all saw that one game when he was getting tackled, and before his knee went down, he still threw the ball.
He got a first down. He's very football smart. Like he knows how to play his game.
Yeah,
and
for sure. So
as much as a lot of people, have their opinions on Patrick Mahomes, you can't fight what he does on the field. Yeah.
Who do you think is going to win the MVP?
It wouldn't surprise me if it's Patrick Mahomes, and it wouldn't. I think he's definitely done what he had to do to deserve it. Yeah. I don't know if they lose, if they would still give it to him. But I mean, if you look at the whole season and kind of compare it. Yeah.
I think me personally, I'm rooting for Saquon. I think Saquon to get MVP.
Yeah.
I hope
Especially if
so.
they win, I think
I
they give
hope
it to
so.
Saquon.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely gonna be like if they win, we're gonna give it to Saquon,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
if the Chiefs win.
Plus, did he beat that record of the running? Did he beat the record?
I
I'm
actually
not
think
sure.
Because I know they stopped Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
They stopped him.
Who you talking about,
He
Saquon
was the
Barkley?
9th
Yeah,
player
yeah.
to all-time surpass 2,000 rushing yards.
Rushing yards,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And I forgot the name. What a guy name was Edwards or something like that. Who had the record for rushing yards? I can't remember. His
I don't
name.
know if he has the record, but I know he's the 9th one to.
So, yeah,
to
but there
reach
was
it.
a record.
Eric Dickerson, maybe?
Maybe
I think so, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And he
So
said he didn't want nobody to break.
Well, they
his record.
stopped. They
I-
shut
yeah.
him down right before the season, right?
They
Or
shut.
Saquon.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I know they did that to Derrick Henry.
What were you gonna say?
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they stopped Derrick Henry. But yeah, like I'm rooting for Saquon too.
I really hope for some reason I think the NFL really, really loves Patrick Mahomes. And the refs do.
Yes.
I think everybody really just
So
loves him.
do you think
So
it's
I don't
rigged?
really I don't want it to be him.
I don't
Okay.
either.
But I would love for Saquon to win it.
Okay.
But
I'm
it
just
also it
over-
wouldn't surprise me if it's him.
I'm just over every first down,
Oh
or
my
touchdown, and
gosh.
they pan to Taylor Swift.
Oh.
I don't have nothing against Taylor Swift. I
Yeah.
don't even know if I heard her music. I'm not a Swift fan. I'll be honest with you. I look at football. I want to see football. Hell, even if it was Beyonce, I'm like, why the hell y'all keep panning to Beyonce? I'm not a part of the Beehive. I just want to watch football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not that. And for that reason, plus they beat the 49ers like twice. You know what I'm saying?
So
you
coming
know,
from a
get ready.
Swiftie, I do love her. I think she has a lot of fun at the games. I think she's very, like herself. And also like, as many like a lot of people get mad at it. Like very, very mad about it.
Yeah.
But it's also like it's not her. It's really not like her fault either.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
like her
That's true.
boyfriend's on the team. She's going out supporting him, maybe drinking a little bit, just having a good time.
Yeah.
And they love to put the camera on her, and
Right.
Yeah.
maybe it does help their viewership, and
I think that's how I look at it. I
that's
think it's like Taylor
mean,
Swift is the NBA's Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Taylor
That's
Swift
the
is the NFL.
and no difference. Caitlin Clark play the game. Taylor
Yeah.
Swift don't even play the games.
Yeah.
She's their Caitlin Clark. You
Yeah,
know?
they're just doing it for viewership.
That's
like
all
I
you
mean,
said,
I
so-
love her. I don't
Yeah.
really mind it.
Yeah.
I think half the time she's doing something funny too. So like I enjoy
Yeah.
watching what she's doing, kind of doing her thing. But
If they lose, I want them to pan her. I just want to see a reaction.
I think they have before. I feel like I've definitely seen videos of her like all upset and
Oh, so,
stuff.
yeah.
So I think they, I think they
They
got
kind
her.
of play into it.
I'm
Yeah.
here for
So-
that. I want to see that.
Yeah.
I definitely.
Yeah.
I would love to see that if they lose.
Who's doing the
Yeah.
national anthem?
I'm
Is
not
that
sure. I'm not sure who's gonna
I'm
be
not
doing
sure.
it.
I don't know, but I know about the halftime show.
Oh.
You looking forward to that?
Yeah, it'll be a good one.
He's not. He's a Drake fan.
I'm a Drake fan.
He's
so.
a Drake boy.
Really?
Yeah.
He's
Yep.
in love.
No,
with
don't
Drake.
say that.
Oh my god,
I'm
he
in love with
loves
Drake.
Drake.
So how'd you
I'm in
feel
love with
after Lamar won the Grammy?
He's
I
upset.
mean,
He
I
cried.
just
Cried into his
by the
pillow.
way, since we're talking about Kansas City, right now with the refs, right? Kendrick Lamar has it rigged for him. Okay,
Okay.
the Grammys were rigged for him. They were gonna give it to him.
Yeah.
And listen, the fact that he got this Super Bowl halftime show was rigged also.
Jay-Z
I
did
mean,
that.
the
What you
person
talking
that
about?
should have been here, let's be honest, is Lil
Lil Wayne.
Wayne. So stop playing. It's in New Orleans. But, anyways. Yeah.
But I mean, I get that. I mean, to cut you off.
No, you're
I get
fine.
that why you said this is New Orleans, Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
But Kendrick had a big year. A
Yeah,
very, very
I do
big
agree with
year.
that.
So,
So
Yeah.
and everything plays in the ratings, like she said earlier.
I was-
like
yeah.
Taylor
Right,
Swift.
right.
So personally,
That's it.
I don't listen to any of them. I'm
Okay.
not big on rap.
Okay.
But I
Clutch my
know,
pearls.
I know.
What? You only listen to country music?
Yeah, pretty much.
Really?
I know a little. I like a lot of like old rock and like older music,
Yeah.
but country music as well. That's why no matter who does the national anthem, is going to top Chris Stapleton's of last year. One of the best national anthems. It should go down in history.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know. I think it'll be a fun halftime show, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not like jumping out of my chair like, oh my gosh, I'm so
Right.
excited,
I
I
Maybe
don't know.
if they had what's that guy name? Shabuzi?
Shabuzi. Everybody in the club.
Oh, okay, that's your genre. So what do you like?
Yeah.
You like Teddy Swim and Jelly Roll?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. I love Chris Stapleton. Love people like John Party, Morgan Wallen, Zach Bryan. Which I don't know if I should say Zach Bryan because of all that drama.
Because of controversy, yeah.
Yeah. But I like his music.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's how
Megan
I feel about
Roney, my
Kanye.
girl. Yeah, I know.
I'm just kidding.
That's what you feel like. Huh?
Yeah. No, I'm just
So who you think he'll bring out during the Super Bowl? If any, I know SZA.
He's going to bring out a lot of people because he
That's
can't
what
do
I'm
it by
excited
himself.
for. I do love SZA, and I
SZA's
I'm
great.
excited for. Yeah.
I mean, listen,
You
he
think he
needs
can
do
he
it?
needs a
Fun.
lot of people to help him out.
What if
so
he? That'd
he's
be
gonna
something. What
bring
if he
some
bring
people
out Drake and make Drake sing?
a lot of
Not
people,
like
a lot
us.
of people are speculating that.
That
Not
would be
like us.
crazy.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
He should.
Yeah.
I think Drake should do it. I think he should do it.
I don't think he's
Put
gonna
everything aside.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he
yeah.
should do it. You know,
Yeah.
drop the lawsuits and go out there and do it.
I don't think
I
that's
do
gonna
think
happen.
Lamar will put on a good show, though. I think he'll kind of engage with
Yeah,
everybody.
I mean, I
and do a
think
good job.
I think he's good at like performance and stuff like that. I've seen
a-
some of his concert stuff.
I was gonna
you know,
say
so
I've seen like
it's actually
videos of
pretty
him
cool.
like performing live, and he's kind of like a fun presence to watch. Like
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like
yeah.
he gets like so into it.
Right.
So yeah, I think it'll be a good one.
Yeah,
that's cool. And
I'll give him a little credit on his,
And this guy's from Cali, and he hates. He's from
Really?
Cali,
And
Yeah.
you hate? Okay.
and he's
I'm not
hated.
really-
All right.
I'm not really a
He
Kendrick
wish
fan.
he was from
I
Canada.
used
have
to
my
be.
opinions too.
I
on,
used to
like,
be a
certain-
Kendrick fan.
He
back
wish he
in the
was
day,
from Canada.
but,
I'm telling you. You wish he was light skinned and from
Oh
Canada.
my goodness, this guy.
Had curly hair.
This guy.
You know what I'm saying? That's his wish. He wishes that.
Oh, that's funny. What color Gatorade do you think it's gonna be?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I got asked it today. I was like, I'm gonna steal that.
It's probably gonna be blue.
I said blue. I said blue. But
Interesting.
what color was it last year?
I can't remember.
I'm looking.
That's-
that up.
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah, we
fact
should look
check
that
that,
up.
one.
Yeah. What about you? What do you think?
You said blue?
Yeah.
Maybe. I can see that. I can see that.
You know, people put so much money on just like what color the Gatorade is gonna be.
Do you
it was like
bet
a
on
joke.
games? I know he does.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
will bet on this one here. I'll probably lose some money, but I will bet on this game.
I've never bet on a football game,
Okay.
but like a lot of my friends are into like sports betting and stuff. So I've done
Yeah,
like
a lot of people are into it now.
yeah,
Wait a
it's
minute.
getting huge.
You said you never bet on football. Is that, say, hockey, basketball,
So-
baseball?
A lot of my friends do weird things like pickleball.
Oh,
There's apps where you can like bet on like pickleball tournaments or
Oh wow.
like tennis matches, stuff like that. So, but I'm not a big
not a big
big sports
gambler?
gambler now.
Yeah.
Last year it was purple.
Oh
was
okay.
purple, yeah.
Oh
okay.
interesting.
Man, are you guys looking forward to the commercials? Super Bowl commercials?
I am.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like last year wasn't that good, right? I mean,
No, I saw like the memes going around on I think it was like Tubi's commercial, and they made it seem like the game was paused
Right.
and everybody was
Yeah.
going like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun. I liked that one.
I go to show you who got the money. I remember when it used
Yeah.
to be $1 million for a 30-second spot. What is it,
Right.
like 3
That's
now?
crazy.
4 million?
I don't know now. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Something
know.
crazy.
Probably something
Yeah.
like
Yeah. You know Doritos, Coke, Pepsi.
Yeah. Well, and then
Doritos.
Budweiser. I don't know if this is true, but I think they're going back to like their like OG kind of videos
Oh.
that they used to do. They're
okay.
they're actually cool ones to watch. They have like, I know they had one with like a frog in like the lake or whatever, and then like
Oh,
the
yeah.
horse
The
one.
horses,
yeah,
yeah.
I
The
love that
Clydesdale
one.
horses.
The Clydesdale horses. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love those.
Which tripped me out was one Super Bowl I looked and it was Temu. I was like, what? They were killing it.
Yeah.
Shop like a billionaire. I'm like, and
That's
do
funny.
billionaires shop? And if
Yeah.
they are, will they shop on Temu?
That's funny.
You know,
That's
I'm sure
funny.
billionaires own
Yeah.
Temu, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Last year, Kanye had his little commercial.
He
You remember
did.
that? It's just
Yeah.
Not
he
last
just he
remember
didn't
that.
even like film or do anything.
Mm-mm.
He just used the money to like buy the spot,
Yeah.
and it's like him like on his cell phone just filming himself, telling everybody to go buy his new merch, and like
$20.
he sold out.
He sold out.
That's
He made
So-
20 million.
Yeah.
He did it again.
Yeah.
He did it again.
So
Do you think he'd do
Crazy.
something?
I don't know.
Because he was
Maybe.
at the game.
I don't know.
Maybe.
He was at the game.
With the whole year and everything, I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Interesting.
But it also wouldn't shock me. if he did.
I know, right?
Yeah, it really wouldn't shock me if you did.
Interesting.
Yeah, it will be very
Yeah.
interesting.
So,
So what's your locked in Gatorade color? So we could rewatch and
Okay,
then
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
$5
And you said it
on
was
it. We're
purple?
sports gambling now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking?
You know, just because you said blue,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go.
You know, I know what I'm
Really
going
was-
to do.
I was-
Can't go red.
No, I know it's not gonna go red. I'll do white, even though it's not
White?
gonna be
Oh,
white
okay.
Gatorade. But you know
What about that
Okay.
original?
Maybe.
The originals with either that orange or that little pea color that look like mellow yellow.
Oh, the yellow Gatorade.
Yeah,
But
you know,
it's like
Oh,
lemon
okay.
lime or whatever.
I'm gonna go
yeah.
orange. No, I'm gonna go orange.
Okay.
Orange. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
that is a good one. Yeah.
That
I'll
is a
go. I'll go yellow then.
Yeah,
I'll go
there you
white
go.
or yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Just be
Right.
different. Yeah, I think those are gonna be my predictions.
That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. So hopefully the refs don't favor
Yeah, I
the
know.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, do you guys think it's rigged? Like, do you think it's rigged for, the Chiefs?
With how big the NFL is, I think they definitely have their moments of like, you know,
Where they
like
miss calls. And,
yeah, like this team is from here. This is going like I don't know. I think there's underlying stuff,
Yeah.
but with like rigging the refs.
Oh.
I mean, we
I
kind
don't
of saw it
know.
with like Tom Brady, right? Everybody would
With
like
Tom-
talk about how the
Deflate
refs
gate?
they were trying to help him out.
Yeah.
Now
It's Patrick Mahomes.
yeah, now it's
like,
Patrick
yeah.
Mahomes, so it's
Yeah.
interesting. But
I don't
a
know.
lot of people think it's scripted too.
You know what it is.
So
Well, so that's what I was kind of
You know what it is, and I think this what gets a lot of people. It may even get me a few times. You're watching the game in real time, right?
Yeah.
And you're seeing, and sometimes you may say, "Oh man, they missed that call. That wasn't a holding or whatever."
Yeah.
yeah,
And then they made human error. It's understandable, right?
Well,
Then they may get
that's the
something.
biggest thing. I think it's just like even with like the hockey team that I'm at now, like you know, even high school basketball games, a ref is gonna miss a
That's
call
right.
or
You're gonna-
have a missed
yeah.
call here and
That's
there.
what happened, right?
But I think we get so invested on it because of how big the viewing is.
Yeah.
And we're sitting at home watching it on our TV, so it's
Yeah.
easy enough to be like, ref, what are you doing? Why, you know?
But then you know what
Yeah.
gets you? When someone on social media, when they record the game and they go back and play it. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. Then you look
Yep.
like, wait a minute, this is the same game that was?
Yeah.
That's what always gets me.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at this. The ref gonna blatantly miss this.
Yeah.
Look at this. He didn't even touch him. And they
Yeah.
That's what make people think it's such a conspiracy when you see things like that. You know?
Everybody has an opinion on everything. And like social media, it's so easy to just like, zoom in on that exact moment and like get the exact wrong or missed call,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So
I think it's similar to the in the NBA, you get like the star calls, right?
Yeah.
For like LeBron
They get
James or
leeway.
some of those
they
different
don't call
like the
everything
best
on
players.
superstars, Yeah.
Yeah, they like they
The
let them
the
get away
star
with
players.
things,
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
they call the foul,
Well,
when
you-
there's no
Mhm.
foul,
Since
Yeah.
you speak
So-
NBA, well, they didn't do that to Allen Iverson
Mm.
because he was threatening. So every time you
Yeah.
cross over, they would call a carry.
yeah.
And then the ref later on came out and admit, yeah, we called on him on purpose because he
Yeah.
was talking trash about us and whatnot. And
Right.
so he was saying this, that, and the third. So it was like, yeah, we called every time. Even if he wasn't carrying,
Yeah.
they started calling carrying on him.
Right.
I mean, maybe they
Yeah.
have their underlying.
Yeah.
you know?
So,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna read this excerpt real quick from
Okay.
ESPN about the Chiefs. It says the Chiefs have the advantage, 41-26. It said of the 67 expert who weighed in, the Chiefs were favored by 41 of them, which is 61.2%, while the Eagles claimed 26 votes, which is about 38.8%. So it says the most common score predictions were 27-24. Picked by 10 of our experts, 27-23, picked by 5, and then 31-28, picked by 5. The lowest combined total was 31, 17-14. The highest was 73, 38-35. But you guys already say you think it'd be a low point scoring game,
Yeah.
which I agree as well, you know what I'm saying? So the largest margin of victory predicted was 14 points, 38-24, and a 63. Experts said this game will be decided by a touchdown or less. What do you think?
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come down to
Yeah, it's
Down
definitely
the
going to
wire,
come
yeah.
down to a touchdown,
Mhm.
or not a
Yeah.
field goal kick, because we're talking about Patrick Mahomes.
yeah.
You know
That's
what I'm
what I'm. Yeah,
saying?
when
Yeah,
they,
yeah.
I think it'll probably come down to a touchdown.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Eagles' strategy is going to be to play keep away.
Yeah.
They're gonna have
unless
to.
unless Saquon is like just like
going ham.
yeah,
right? Just
hitting
do
home
some-
runs
Yeah.
every single time.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
don't
gonna
doubt
be-
him though. Like
Yeah.
I said, I really think
I-
they want it.
He
I
is
think
that big player.
He is.
He's got that big play,
yeah.
you know,
He really
ability.
is.
So
He
Oh,
really
yeah.
is, and
Yeah.
I think he's going to show up because a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people were saying that when the Giants got rid of him, that was the dumbest thing they could ever
Yeah.
do. But at the same time, I know he's happy because
Oh yeah.
he wouldn't have been in this position.
I
if he
was just
stayed
gonna
in
say
New York.
now he's
You know
like
what I'm
free to
saying?
flourish. Like
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
and he's killing it.
Yeah,
So,
and so even though
yeah.
they didn't get as far, so is Derrick Henry if he'd have stayed with in Tennessee.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
If he stayed in Tennessee, he wouldn't
Yeah.
get as far as he is now. And so, and I think, like you said, to keep away and it needs to get down to the wire.
yeah.
With they maybe got like maybe 3 yards at a first and goal to score,
Mhm.
and they do that brotherly shove and
Yeah.
get in there
Yep.
and let the clock eat down, and then they
That's-
can walk away with the
Unstoppable play.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
what I think
yeah.
it's
victory.
really
And
gonna.
a lot of people are copying that players now. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what I think it needs to come
Nobody
down to.
does it as good as the Eagles.
Nobody
do.
does it as good as
So,
the
Oh
Eagles.
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
And
that's just one of those things.
nobody.
And I think if everybody's on their game, which I think on both teams everybody will be, I just think with how well rounded the Eagles are with the offensive line, defense, like everything, I really think that they're gonna take it.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
They need to rough them up.
Yeah.
Defense need to rough them up, man.
Yeah.
They have to, man.
I don't know if you can. I mean,
I know. You gonna get some calls. You definitely gonna get a
Yeah.
lot of penalties,
But-
and you can get some
I
calls.
mean, I'm just saying. I think Mahomes is just different. It's
He
just
is.
different.
He's different.
I
He's
mean-
different. If you can sack him a few times, kind of
Yeah.
get him off his game, don't let
Yeah.
him scramble too long.
I mean, when you can make a 2-time MVP and a person who probably should have won MVP and actually did finally this year, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Josh Allen,
I
yeah.
mean, like if you could make them look small, which he does, I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
every single time
Mhm.
because he's just so great.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can do that, I mean, you can pretty much do anything. I mean, he's just unstoppable.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I want the Eagles to win because I
Yeah.
don't want to see this three-peat.
But I also
But-
think I don't think Jalen Hurts gets the credit that he deserves either. I don't.
Mhm.
And I think if he really shows out on Sunday that
Yeah.
he can compete with Patrick Mahomes. He
Yeah.
really can.
Mhm.
I do.
Yeah.
If he wins this, it's going to be huge for his
Oh,
legacy because it's like,
100%.
dang, he's like only one of like 3 quarterbacks,
Mhm.
the other 2 being Joe Burrow and Tom
Burrow.
Brady to
Yeah.
beat Patrick Mahomes
Yeah.
Yeah.
inside of the playoffs. So,
Mhm.
and in the Super Bowl. And
yeah,
stopping the
yeah.
three-peat. I mean, a lot of people have been saying that Kansas City is like the best team ever this season,
Yeah.
just because. But like,
I think this
Yeah.
is gonna be. I think this is the Eagles' best team in a while, and I
Yeah.
think this is gonna be the best team that the Chiefs have faced, and I think it's all gonna
Yeah.
just be on
Yeah.
Sunday. And
yeah,
But even with the Chiefs, how they've been playing, 'cause they lost 1 game this season. They barely
Yeah.
won those games. They barely won those games,
That-
and then
if
they
you actually
struggled
look- yep.
with Carolina.
Mhm.
And this was a 2-year quarterback with Bryce Young.
Yeah.
They struggled with Carolina. So it is possible. It is very possible.
And I think that part of the Chiefs season was so overlooked because, like,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at the record, it was like 15-1 or 15-2,
yeah.
right.
and it's like, oh, like, you know what, like we're hands off to the Chiefs, like it's theirs. But like, if you look at those scores of the games and like how
Yes.
everything went
It was
down, how
super
close
close.
it came
It was
down,
very
like,
close.
yeah, it's I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They barely.
and then if they face a team as good as the Eagles,
right,
and if they have one of like their better games, I think it's in the Eagles' hands.
Yeah.
I just hope
I do.
they show up, man. Like
Yeah.
when Carolina played against Denver when Manning last
Which,
game,
by the
Carolina
way,
didn't show up. I was like,
Yeah,
Didn't look
that
the
was the
same
last
team.
time I remember like so many games going down to the wire.
mhm.
Was that season with Cam Newton
Cam Newton
and
yeah,
Carolina?
Yeah.
Because during the regular season, like
They were
they just kept
unstoppable.
getting lucky though. But
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
at the end of the game, just like Kansas City was,
Mhm.
this year, like at the end of the game,
Yeah,
they were
those
always
close
getting lucky.
games
and-
Something was
yeah.
happening. A ref made a call. Somebody stepped on the line. Something like
Yeah.
that was happening all the time.
Mhm.
And Yeah, and then when they got to the Super Bowl, Carolina, they got blown. They got blown out.
It was like, dude, is this
So-
the same team we've been watching all year? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
Right.
You know?
So it could turn into one of those deals.
I hope not,
we'll see.
because both of them have been to the ball dance before.
So that's the only
See
reason I
what I'm saying?
don't think it's gonna.
Okay.
I would love to say that.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
love if it would,
Yeah.
but I
Right.
don't think it's gonna do it just because they have been
They
there.
have
Yeah,
been there.
And I mean, the coach obviously knows what he's up against.
Right.
Um,
And Andy Reid, the former.
I think
That's
that's why I
what-
dislike
yeah.
y'all so
Coach.
much as y'all's coach. I don't like.
Yeah.
I
Really?
cannot stand y'all's coach.
You know,
He's
a
just
lot
too
of
much.
people have been saying that.
He's too
A
much.
lot of people have been saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
I
they
don't know. I
win,
think he's
they'll
just trying
win
to
in
prove
spite of him.
himself. No. I think he's just trying to prove that, like, it
Okay.
can be him.
Okay.
And, like, you know, if you're going up against somebody like Andy Reid, they're going for a 3-peat right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I think, you know, he's kind of looking at it like, he's probably waking up, going in the mirror and being like, I can do this. Like, you know, like, he's just trying to, but I don't know. A lot of people do not like him.
I don't like him.
They don't.
Don't
You
like
I
think
don't like
it's
his
too much?
personality.
Oh, you talking about
Really?
Phillies?
He's
head
always
coach?
like I feel like every time I see him, he's always saying something stupid or like fighting with a fan or acting all cocky. That's what messed y'all up last year. He kind of jinxed y'all because he
Yeah.
was like, I mean, that tunnel,
Yeah.
him walking
Yeah.
down the
Yeah.
tunnel and like talking trash,
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're
anyways.
Philly. I don't know.
Yeah. That's true.
Philly
That's
team.
true.
That's Philly, though.
Philly is crazy.
Yeah.
I was
Philly is-
there
that's
last
Philly.
year a bunch,
Yeah.
That's
and
Philly.
like, yeah,
That's
it was.
Ironically enough, the only like fans that remind me of the Eagles like fandom is Celtics fans.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
the Celtics.
Oh, yeah, the
fans.
Celtics for
Oh,
sure.
we have a good
They're
time.
yeah.
We have a good time.
I thought
Those
you was gonna say the
games-
Raiders.
Those games are fun.
Raider fans are crazy.
Oh, Raider
too.
fans are also
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
no, they are.
Definitely.
No,
Raiders fans.
Boston fans as well.
Boston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've yet to be at
you're-
any other
you're a
Boston game but
Celtics fan.
Celtics. All over the road map. I know, it's
Oh, my
crazy.
God. And what part of New York are you from?
Rockland County?
Okay, so upstate.
A little upstate. It's
upstate?
over the bridge. Yeah,
No-
not
no-
the
Oh,
city.
okay.
No
Yeah,
Knicks.
it's by North Jersey.
No Giants.
I know.
No Jets.
Yeah.
Only thing
I
you like
know,
is the
it's
Yankees,
crazy.
right?
Yes,
That's
I
the only thing
do.
is the
Yes, I
Yankees.
do.
There you go.
I still have my card.
How
for
did you
guys.
feel when the Dodgers,
Oh,
LA,
I know.
they
That's
bent
right.
y'all over
Yeah,
and
That's
it
spanked
right.
you. They bent you-
I
it's like,
know. I
take
know.
that,
It
take
was
that,
awful.
take that.
It was. I don't want to talk about it.
You know what I'm talking about?
It
Did
was
you cry?
awful. I did.
You did?
And we just got a new pitcher, so we're gonna
Okay,
be
good.
back. So
Really?
yeah, the Dodgers.
Okay.
So
Dodgers definitely back.
we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll have our vengeance.
So,
Yeah. You guys have already won. I think it's like
yeah.
it's not even
Yes.
close.
Yeah.
Y'all have like 30
They
championships
got
or something.
the
I can't
most?
remember.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's
yeah.
it's like the closest
back
team is
in-
the Dodgers, and we only
Mhm.
have like I don't even know,
Yeah.
like maybe
Yeah.
9 or
Yeah,
10.
they go way back
So,
from what
yeah.
Joe
From,
DiMaggio and
yeah.
Babe Ruth.
Babe,
and
I was
stuff
gonna
like
say,
that.
yeah.
So they go way back.
So
Yeah.
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 Mm.
I'm not a heavy baseball. I just wear a lot of baseball caps.
Yeah.
I'm not heavy baseball. I mean, I will watch.
Yeah.
I'm-
That's my goal
Right.
this season. I want to get better at watching like every game, all
Yeah.
like know everything, like inside out. Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Likewise.
And my WNBA, I'm so
Oh,
excited.
yeah.
I'm so excited for that season.
That's what I want to watch more.
Oh
of.
yeah,
WNBA.
100%.
Yeah.
They need to put the games out more
Mhm.
for that.
Yeah.
So
So
push those
I
games.
think they will.
Yeah.
I definitely.
So,
think
so
they will.
real quick before we wrap, let me
Yeah.
get you guys' opinion on college, women's college, because women's college is taking off now. Women's college basketball. What do you?
I
Are you-
love any college sports. I
Any
really
college?
do. I think they're so fun. There's a lot of people that even argue that it's college football is way better than like the NFL
right.
and everything.
Yeah.
I think when people play in college, there's just a certain level of like that's their life. Like,
Mhm.
like it's not like the typical college life, like going out, doing your thing. Like their whole life is their sport.
Yeah.
And I love watching them. I think everybody puts like a lot of like grit into it, and I
Mhm.
think they always play their hearts out. And I've always loved watching college sports and college basketball as
Yeah.
well. Like I love it, and I'm so happy that viewership went up for women's college basketball as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
women's volleyball, I believe, was
Yeah.
up this year. Like I think
Yeah.
a lot of the numbers
Yeah.
went up. So.
I had a cousin went in the
Happy
portal.
with
She
that.
played for South
Really?
Carolina, and she's with LSU now. But
Damn.
I
Good
don't
for
know
her.
why she left Carolina and went to LSU. She went on the other side. She stayed in Carolina. Do you guys think that NIL deals hurt college or it elevated the performance?
I mean, I think that it's good to have the NIL, but there needs to be restrictions on it. And right now it's the Wild Wild West, and so there's all kinds of things just happening behind the scenes. And I think they need to get those restrictions on it, and then it'll be a good system.
Yes,
you know?
I think it just needs more structure.
Yeah.
For sure. Define restriction when you say restriction. Like, what do you think?
Well, I mean, like, there's not a cap right now. Like,
Right,
so let's talk about Ohio State, who just won the championship in football.
Against Notre Dame, right?
They spent $20 million on their team,
Right.
assembling a team. Like, there needs to be like a cap on that because, I mean, some random, football team that's small, like South Carolina State or somebody, they're not going to be able to compete with like a Ohio State who's putting in $20 million and they only have like $2 million. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
So
kind of like
if that-
benefiting like those big SEC schools. Like Alabama will have more than
Yeah, exactly.
Division ones.
Yeah.
So
So that's what you mean, far as when you say the restrictions.
there needs to be
cap or-
restrictions.
yeah. I could see that.
Well, some schools generate more income than
True.
like some of your HBCUs, like state or something.
True.
So I mean, and they
But
don't even have
some
the money
schools
to
are
compete.
also, sorry for cutting you off, but like some schools are known for being like football schools.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that
Texas,
also kind of goes into
The
play. Yeah.
Longhorns, yeah. So they're very known for that. Yeah. I think personally, I think it was. I wish I could have went back to college and play sports. With all these NIL deals coming up.
Yeah.
And like for example, we were just talking about like even with the WNBA with Reese and Caitlin, they made so much money, and even Juju, they making more money in college than they will make in the league. Not saying they will still get further endorsements, but they're making way more money. Like I'm a Carolina Gamecocks fan, so Lenore's Sellers. School I knew NIL deals. I didn't know how it was structured. I know as far as endorsement, name, image, and likeness, right? But the school pays these players as well.
Yeah.
He signed a $2.5 million deal to stay at that school.
Wow.
I didn't realize the school was going to start kicking in money as well. That go to show you how much money they generate. And then when they get broadcasts on these networks, the networks pays these schools to broadcast these games.
Yeah.
So and then from jersey sales and now. It even go as far as video games,
Yeah.
So they use their likeness on video games.
Yeah,
One time, the students weren't getting any money off of that.
Right.
So I'm kind of glad that they are getting
something.
something.
They totally deserve. I mean, they're the whole reason that they're getting all of
They're
this.
getting all that.
So 100%. But I could also understand like the whole like capping it off and like kind of
Yeah.
And I understand like football schools, but it's also like you were saying, like a bigger school compared to like some
Exactly.
Yeah.
There still needs
kind
to
of give
remain
a fighting chance to like
Exactly.
everyone and kind of even out the playing field. Yeah.
Yeah, there has to be parity, and so
But I think even with those restrictions, those like HBCUs, for example, they'll still won't be able to compete with Division Ones.
Oh yeah.
They won't even be able to compete with that. So, until they get endowment up or what have you and other endorsements, that's the only way that'll be able to take place or whatever. So
right.
But I think NIL is a good thing for these.
I do too.
I got
they deserve.
They do.
Yeah, 100% for how much they put into it.
I have a son going into college, and I hope he get it. Someone please give him an NIL deal so he can stay out of my pocket. Yeah, so I think it's a good deal. Yeah.
All right.
But so this has been a good podcast.
Happy late Women in Sports Day as well.
There you
We
go.
love all the women in sports.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah,
You
no
want
problem.
to tell the audience like how they can get in touch with you or follow you?
Oh yeah. So my social media right now on Instagram is Delaney.Nicholson. And then I actually have like a link tree in my bio that can lead you pretty much everywhere else.
There
So
you go.
Cool. And also you shoot for the Stingrays, correct?
Yeah, that's my starting point right now, interning with the minor league hockey team here in Charleston, the Charleston Stingrays, which we love. Definitely go out to a game if you can. They're very, very fun. I still owe you tickets. They're very, very fun.
Yeah.
But so I'm starting out there doing a lot of like the media stuff with them and learning so much. But yeah, it's great. I love it. Applying for a bunch of internships and everything right now.
Nice.
Hopefully something with the NFL. So yeah, we'll
There you
see.
go.
Once you get a lot of pervs showing up to the hockey
Oh
game.
no!
Feel like, why you? I'm looking for Delaney.
No.
The Delaney hair.
Oh no! If you're anything like that, stay away. But the games are great. The guys are amazing. They're very fun. So.
But I will definitely check out a hockey game. I kept saying I
definitely.
would.
Yeah.
I definitely want to check out a hockey game. Yeah. Well,
We'll do a podcast on it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right, we should, right?
I actually did a hockey movie here locally.
No
Oh,
way.
yeah, you did.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's called The Late Game.
Oh,
And,
very cool. I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah,
What, is,
definitely.
what platform is it on?
Right now we're on Amazon, but I think
Okay.
I can't remember the free one. There's a free link now that
Okay.
you can get on. It's on one of those apps. I can't remember, but if you look up The Late Game on
Late Game.
Amazon,
Okay.
you can find it. But
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, we actually showed like the trailer for the movie at the Stingrays actually
Oh, nice.
last
Oh,
year.
no way. That is
Yeah,
so cool.
So it was a lot of fun to work on. A lot of
Yeah,
good
very
guys.
cool.
So-
Yeah.
Because you guys
Yeah.
filmed
The
in
whole
the
team
Ice
there is
Palace,
great.
right?
Hmm?
Y'all filmed in the Ice
Yeah,
Palace?
we filmed at the Ice Palace
Nice.
mainly, and
Mainly,
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it was
very
a
cool.
dope
That's cool,
dope
man.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt.
So
Yeah.
Very
So
exciting.
we thank you guys for joining us,
Yeah.
the Black Summit. I am Hendrix.
I'm Brooks.
And this is
Delaney.
all right, guys, and you take care and have a blessed day. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.